Kerbal Space Program video, in which this video was almost an hour long, unsped up, so I had to speed up 4 times this time. So today we're creating craft here, and this one is going to have some deployable science kit. And something goes kind of wrong. Okay, well, 2 things go kind of wrong. The first one is I accidentally brought Jeb instead of Bob, so we're not going to be getting as much science output from the deployable science. But we do get some science output from the boosters crashing back into Kerbin, because, as you know, in our KSP Extras video, then I noticed the fuel tank, and I think it's new, but anyway, in our KSP Extras video, we actually put out a seismometer, and that actually, it detects, whenever something crashes down, and you get a bit of science from it. Not a whole lot, but in today's mission, we'll be able to get enough science to unlock enough parts to go to our next destination. And our first interplanetary mission of Gilly. All I needed was a more high-powered Communitron than what I currently have, since it's going to be a kind of low-tech mission. I've got a couple ideas of craft that I'm going to do in my head, which I currently have not tested. This payload fairing looks really dinky, and I apologize. But I have not tested any of this craft in actual reality. If you don't know, I actually have a craft save file. Now, this goes through a couple changes. In fact, I'm actually going to make a jump cut here after this one, because I end up actually using, or is this the right one? I don't actually know. I can't remember entirely which one was the correct one. If this is the correct one, then I won't have to do any jump cutting, but, you know, yeah, the payload fairing, it kind of blew up back there, and I don't actually think this is the right, maybe this, yeah, this is the right one. So what actually ends up happening is my periapsis was below what it should be, which was a problem, and then I actually remembered, radial out, and then you're actually going to see this used a couple times when you get some annoying assists from the MUN. Now I have my debris, thing where you can see debris. That's because before this episode, I was just watching some of the debris kind of crash down to Kerbin, because, well, I think everything right now is in a collision course, but at the end of this mission it will not. But yes, in fact, our next mission, we will be going to Gilly, one of the easiest places to go in the solar system. I guess it's not really a solar system. Fun fact, our solar system, not every star system is called a solar system, because our sun is called Sol, hence the name Sol-R system. It's kind of weird, but yeah, not every I think the correct term is called star system, and each star has its own name, and it's called the the Kepler. I think there's a Kepler system. If Kepler found a star, which I think it did, then there would be a Kepler system. Or a Kepler, probably some number system. Because Kepler is all these names like Kepler B312. Those are actually just things found from the Kepler space satellite. I just thought that was a really cool fact. But in this mission, we end up having quite a bit of Delta V to spare, so our weird phenomenon end up not happening. So, or being a problem, actually. So we're going to be raising, and then we're going to need to use. Hold on, we're getting some Discord D. And for some reason right now my clip seems quite slow, but you know what? I think that's okay. I don't think that's going to be a problem for anything. And we're just approaching our maneuver node. It's quite a big burn, so I did multiple. Now we're just going to change our periapsis. It really should be called the MUN apoapsis, because it's not really the periapsis, because it's not the lowest point of your orbit on the MUN. Because the lowest... I don't know, it's kind of complicated. Just gotta do some typing. Yeah, it's pretty much... Yep, there we go. So, now that we're captured at the MUN, we need to find a nice landing spot, in which I actually do this kind of prematurely. I wish I would have done this a bit differently. Also, you might notice a bit of changes, like, for example, the profile picture and the name. The name doesn't make sense, and for some reason I can't change it again. It's really strange, because this is the first time I've ever changed my name, and for some reason I can't change it now, so it's plays instead of play. But yeah, I was talking to him. He said that he'd either be doing live streams, stream highlights. I don't know how that's gonna hold up. As you can see, it's getting very nauseating with me spinning the camera. So if you have motion sickness, I'd recommend skipping ahead a little bit. But that's not the point. As you can see, this was. Keep in mind, this is sped up to ×4 speed, so it's much faster than it actually looks. And so please, whatever you do, do not actually, what was I trying to say? Don't actually attempt to land on the moon going this fast. I think I was going around 5.8 meters per second. And we're just trying to land here. I'm just going to wait until we land to talk about anything new. But this is actually a new biome, which kind of sucks, because we have no Scince kit other than the deployable Scince, in which I actually forgot the experiment controller, which, wait, why did I say that? You would have thought that I never meant to bring one. It doesn't matter. We bounced around a little bit there. It was actually very scary for me because we tipped to the one side. I thought we might fall, but let's get Jeb out on EVA. We're gonna do a crew report and ground part. It's actually here that I realized that I accidentally brought Jeb instead of Bob. But on there, we're gonna add the my standard MUN midlands and then the crew. And I actually, not thinking about it, yeah. Anyway, so as you know, I actually finished Firewatch, which is it's quite exciting, I guess. Firewatch, it was a good game. But what's going to be replacing it is going to be, well, I did a 5-minute little episode, I think, actually. Yeah, I think I actually uploaded the wrong episode. Huh, doesn't matter. It's going to be a little 5-minute episode in which, I'm getting the Scince kit out. It's a 5-minute episode. Yeah, that's definitely the wrong episode. I think it's around 11 minutes, actually, the actual clip that I wanted to upload, but didn't. I think that, either way. Check out this server I'm playing. Anyway, we're gonna attract our solar panels just so in case I actually don't know why I did that. Anyway, we're gonna rotate so we can point towards a 90-degree vector so that we can get into a nice, stable orbit. I was trying to conserve delta V. It ends up not really being a problem. Just heads up, it turns out not to be a problem, so, you know, yeah, I really don't know what to say. I'm not too good with this. Yeah, we're just going to get into a nice circular orbit. It's not really that circular. We're going to deploy our solar panels again. We won't be coming close to MUN surface. Now, apparently, with what's coming up, you can't actually land on the surface of Kerbin going at 7.4 meters per second. And, well, yeah, Jeb and Bob had a bit of a hard landing, so I just had to quick load, in which I actually lose some of my progress because I didn't quick save enough. You see, kids, remember this. Every time before you do anything dramatic to your orbit, quick save. And after you've done anything dramatic to your orbit, quick save. And by dramatic, I mean not like raising your apoapsis a little bit, like from 7,000 kilometers to 7,500 kilometers, but maybe raising your periapsis from inside of Kerbin's atmosphere to outside of Kerbin's atmosphere. That's when you're going to want to quick save. And before you do that too, just in case something goes wrong and, I don't know, maybe you get some I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm just kind of looking around on my YouTube channel because I can actually do these voiceovers while editing settings and stuff, so that's really cool. But as always, I would recommend going to check out Matt Lowndes' YouTube channel, as he's the one who actually inspired me to make Kerbal Space Program videos. In fact, yes, it was Matt Lowndes who gave you the glorious stage of making this content and putting my junk on the internet, in which I might actually need to start promoting myself on the KSP subreddit, which I have no problem with. So right here is I could cut out this failed one. Or is this a successful? Yeah, no, this is the failed one. I could cut this out, but well, then the video would be even short. Yeah, there we go. I'm not actually sure why. I thought that'd be going fast enough, but oh, pro tip: I actually get into the MUN's gravity well, which is very surprising. So as you can see, I don't have an encounter on there. It doesn't look like I have an encounter. So, and then I see, wait, why can I see the MUN? And then it gives me a little gravity assist to lower my periapsis, and that's just great, isn't it? So we're just gonna time warp down. Once again, this footage is being sped up way more than it actually is, way more than it actually was. So please don't try to do things this fast. Sadly, we don't get any fireworks this time. That's why I always ditch them much later than normal, because or you should, because I like watching fireworks. But this time we're gonna get a splashdown, so I end up being quite liberal with my quick save while parachuting down, because I was worried that maybe I'd need to you know, have Bill and Jeb jump out, in which case I'd lose some of the science I got. But it was only a surface sample and a crew report and an EVA report. It really wasn't that big of a deal. Let's be honest here. And as you can see there, I messed up the drogue chute deployment, so I just kind of ticked off the other one, brought it way up, which is perfectly acceptable in my eyes. And we're gonna slowly coast down, and right there. Also, you notice I get a little screenshot there of my wallpaper folder. Anyway, we're gonna recover, get our science, and then we're going to buy the precautionist engineering.